Good morning. My name is Megan Edwards of Focus Communications, and today we're getting another update from TriStar Gold. TriStar continues to advance Brazil's premier gold development project, Castelo de Sonhos, which is located in the mining-friendly Para state, Brazil. The company trades on the TSX.V under the symbol TSG, and with us today is TriStar's president and CEO, Nick Appleyard. Nick, how you doing?
Very well, thanks, Megan. We're doing very well today.
Excellent. For those new to TriStar Gold, could you please give us a brief overview of the company and your flagship project, Castelo de Sonhos in Brazil?
Yeah, absolutely. So TriStar, we're a single asset company. So Castelo de Sonhos is our prime asset and only real asset. We're moving it forward. We've completed a pre-feasibility study last year, which had some great results. 1.4 million ounces in reserves now at a grade of just over a gram. NPV of about $320 million and an all-in sustaining cost of around $900 an ounce. So it's defined a really, really nice project that we are now moving forward to permit and advancing really nicely in a great location. From the company side, we're doing really well. We've got around about $10 million in the bank, so we've got plenty of money to keep doing the work that we want to do and that we're discussing today.
And this week, TriStar announced the submission for a major environmental permit at Castelo de Sonhos. Can you run us through this release and its significance for the company?
Yeah, this is the major environmental permit. In Brazil, they have a 3-permit project process. You get the prior license, you get your installation license, and then you get your operating license. This is the first of those 3. It's a prior license, but it is the main environmental. This is when you complete an EIA, which covers every aspect of the project, from sociology, archaeology, flora and fauna, hydrology. I mean, every single aspect of the project is analyzed. So it's submitted to multiple government agencies who are all involved. I think the document is around 3,800 pages long in total. So it's pretty all encompassing. And what this will do is, we get the prior license. It says, yes, this project environmentally and socially work in this location. It's a good fit and it can move forward. The process after that would be your engineering license and then turn it on your operating license. So, it is a really big step forward to move this forward and have it going with, so few red flags or no red flags at this point. So we're ecstatic with the process we're going through now.
And now that you've submitted this permit application at Castelo de Sonhos, what are the next steps for the company as you progress the project through development?
So right now, obviously, we're still going, the permitting's going on, the team don't stop now. The working towards the sort of the next major milestone in that process is the public meeting where we meet, have an open meeting in the community where everyone gets a chance to comment on the project. And we then have to obviously respond to those comments. Team are building towards that, doing a lot of prior engagement with all the community, with all the actors to make sure that runs smoothly. So that's the next major milestone on the permitting front. But in parallel with that, we'll also have 2 drill rigs on site drilling to expand, looking for expansions on reserves and to keep growing the project because, this project has only just started. There's a lot more to do as far as expansion and additional resources and reserve drilling. So we think this can grow a lot. So that's happening in parallel.
Mm-hmm. And for a point of reference for some of our listeners, are you able to discuss a few other companies in the country that may be around the same stage of development and resource size as TriStar's Castelo de Sonhos?
Recently in the news, just back up a little. We've always said that Para state is a great location. So Brazil is a great mining country. It's had a mining culture going back many hundreds of years. But as with the US and with Canada and many other places, it's not just the country, but it's the state, the location. So within Brazil, Pará is a prime mining country. It's probably the best place to be. And we're seeing that come through now more. I think in the last few weeks, we've seen G Mining, who have their installation license in place, get fully financed. So there's a lot of faith in that moving forward. And that's probably, I don't know exact distance, probably 400 to 500 kilometers up the road from us. I believe it's a couple of million ounces, the deposit, but it's a gold mine, open pit, but being developed in Pará state, with the full support of the state government and the authorities, and with now fully financed. So financiers outside of Brazil also recognize the ability of Pará state to to permit and build and promote and run these mines and allow them to run smoothly. But I think also in the last few weeks, we saw Belo Sun have their issues in the court resolved. So that one is now moving forward. And I guess that project is even bigger. I think it's 4 to 5 million ounces. Also with an installation license, also moving forward now. So you're going to see this cluster of large-scale open pit gold mines moving forward in Pará State. And I think that's really going to bring the attention onto this area as a real destination, if you want to be able to permit and operate and run a mine. So I was really happy to see those other companies moving forward really well. We're about a year or so behind them on the permitting timeline, but they've sort of, how would you say, they fought through and they've got the cleared the path for us, so the state authorities know how it works. State authorities, are starting to recognize the benefit to the state in having this outside view that this is a place you want to be. So, they're trying to attract investment, and this is the best way for them to do it, is have successful operations in the places they should be.
And in terms of news flow, what does the rest of the summer look like for TriStar?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned a little earlier, we've got the 2 drill rigs on site doing the expansion drilling around Esperanza South. So we'll start having the drill results probably in September start to come through, and they'll come out then through the end of the year. And obviously in parallel with that, as we know when the public disclosure meeting is going to be, the public meeting to discuss the EIA, when we know when that is, we'll probably end up disclosing that and talking about that. And, and obviously anything else on the permitting side. But really, I think the main thing that's going to come out this year are going to be the drill results and which will show our ability to expand these reserves in our high grade area with a high profit portion of the deposit. That's going to be the really exciting stuff that's going to come. The real value adder is going to be the permits coming through next year.
Right. So very busy summer ahead of you.
Absolutely. Yes. I think I'm going to be down in Brazil quite a lot. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Nick. We look forward to hearing more updates in the future as it moves forward, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Megan, as always. Thank you.